What is going on, y'all? This is John with Facemask Fantasy, and today we're talking Chig Okonkwo. The Titans selected Maryland tight end Chig Okonkwo with the 143rd overall pick in the 2022 NFL Draft. Okonkwo is 6'2", 238 pounds, and he spent 4 seasons at Maryland, missing his junior season with myocarditis, which is a condition in which the heart gets inflamed to the point where the heart's ability to pump blood is severely impacted. But he did return from injury in 2021 and put up a career best line of 52 receptions for 477 yards and 5 touchdowns, after catching just 25 passes for 270 yards and 3 touchdowns in his first 2 seasons combined. Okonkwo measures in at just under 6'3", so he's relatively short for the position, as most tight ends in the league are at least 2 inches taller. But Okonkwo offers impressive speed with a 5.2 40-yard dash. For other tight ends with comparable size, I'd comp his body type for the position with an Irv Smith or a Delanie Walker, so his lack of size at the position is not necessarily a death knell for his production projections by any means, even though we look for tight ends to be at least 6'4". In college, Okonkwo was never heavily involved as a receiver, as he left the college ranks with a career yardage share of 11%. That said, he has notably performed well against press coverage over his college career. According to Pro Football Focus, Okonkwo's 88.6 receiving grade against press coverage was the highest among college football tight ends last season. Okonkwo was never viewed as one of the top tight ends in this year's draft class at any point in the draft process, but might very well be a steal for the Titans, who are sorely lacking in pass-catching options, with only Austin Hooper ahead of him on the tight end depth chart from a receiving perspective. Veterans Jeff Swaim and Tommy Hudson are there, but he should jump them in the receiving pecking order without too much issue. On top of that, Robert Woods, the projected number 1 receiver for this team, is returning from an ACL tear and learning the offense for the first time around, as it is his first year in this offense since moving over to the Tennessee Titans from the Rams. And first-round wide receiver Treylon Burks is dealing with asthma-related complications and projects as their number 3 receiver to open the season. And their only completely healthy wide receivers right now are late-round rookie Kyle Phillips and uninspiring holdover Nick Westbrook-Ikhine. So Okonkwo has a chance to earn some targets early in his NFL career. And not too long ago, Titans beat reporter John Glennon reported that Chig Okonkwo impressed thus far in the Titans passing drills. Glennon writes that Okonkwo's stock has, and I quote, risen consistently ever since he took the field for minicamp, end quote. Ryan Tannehill also praised the rookie for the strides he made during minicamp and noted his physicality, his strength, and his speed as something that can make for another weapon in the Tennessee offense. So early reports for the rookie's progress are definitely encouraging for those who stashed him on their dynasty taxi squads earlier in the offseason. Now, for those of you that know this channel, y'all know that I like bringing up RAS scores as it relates to rookie tight ends, as on a whole, tight ends with an RAS score above 9 have all-pro potential, and tight ends that don't have an RAS score above 9, or at least close to it, usually don't have all-pro potential. There are outliers to this rule, of course, like your Zach Ertz's, but for the most part, if you're looking for a prospect who can turn into a Gronk, a Hawkinson, a Kelsey, a Goddard, a Kittle, or a Jimmy Graham even, you might want tight end prospects with an RAS score above 9 upon entering the NFL. And Chig Okonkwo scored a 6.47 relative athletic score out of 10, and this ranked 335th out of 998 tight ends who have been ranked in this metric from 1987 to 2022. Normally, I'd say that wasn't great, but when looking at his RAS chart, he posted good composite explosion scores and elite speed grades. His main knock is his size, but if he was just 2.5 inches taller, his RAS comps would include Darren Waller and Robert Tonyan. So that just goes to show you how much the metric weighs height for TE prospects. All in all, Okonkwo won't be viewed as one of the top tight ends in this year's draft class, but he is an underrated asset as one of the most athletic prospects at the position to be had in this year's draft. And while not a redraft or best ball option, he is a valuable target in Dynasty League formats. But what do you guys think about Chig Okonkwo? Put your thoughts in the comment section below, or better yet, tune into one of our weekly live streams. We have a live stream every Tuesday and Thursday at 6 p.m. EST, so come in, throw your question about Okonkwo or any other fantasy relevant player or situation in the chat, and we can have a conversation about it in real time. But my name is John, this is Facemask Fantasy. Thank you for listening and have a great day.